Welcome back to another street photography video. In this one, it's going to be a little different. I'm going to show you my usual street photography walk around London. It's usually a full day's walking, but it's evening time, so I'll show you all my favourite spots, and not so much photos that I get on this walk, not like your usual street photography POV, but more the spots I go to get the best shots, or where I specifically look to get the best shots in each location. So we're starting from one side of London, walking all the way to the other. We're at Liverpool Street side now, going to end in Soho, but obviously if you're in the west side, you can start west, end east, or you can pick and choose certain spots and just camp those spots all the time. So let's get started with our first spot, which is Spitalfields Market, just off of Liverpool Street. I suppose before we get properly into it, I should tell you about the kit that I'll be using for this video, and pretty much any video you see where I'm walking around with a camera. It's this. This is my trusty Fujifilm X-T30 with the 18 to 55 f2.8 lens on it. Believe it or not, this lens is a kit lens and it works flawlessly for every bit of photography I do. I like a zoom lens, I like the various focal lengths, and this camera, being lightweight, also affordable, it's a great little camera to carry around with you all day. You don't really feel the weight of it, especially when it's attached to your wrist like I have it here. So, while we're here, Spitalfields, it's just down there. You see all the lights. But we're here first because this office section here gives some really nice silhouettes in this little opening. So always check here if you're going in there, because it's literally like across the road. You can't miss it, and you can get some really cool shots here. Cameras. So the reason I like Spitalfields so much for street photography is the layering you can get with like people looking through things at these stalls. You can get nice layering, and also people's facial expressions when they see things that are cool and unique. Works with some cool street photography shots. But let's move on. We're going towards Bank now. It's past Liverpool Street towards Bank. That gives some cool blank backgrounds, nice clear canvases when the sun's out, which has gone away now because it's evening time, but when the sun's out you can get some nice leading lines with the sunlight as well in the shadow. So let's move on that way, and then we'll go towards the Embankment and all that way, and we'll do that walk. So this is Bank. As I said, when it's sunny, lovely. When it's not, pretty average. You've got the Bank station underneath the Royal Exchange and all that sort of stuff, which you can take pretty good pictures of. But again, most people can take pictures of little archways covered in light, can't they? So you got loads of different blank surfaces to work from, but it's mainly good in the daylight. We're going to head down that way to St Paul's and continue our walk that way, and then we can sort of talk about the crossroads you can go for. So we're right by St Paul's Cathedral now, as I said, but before you go up to St Paul's Cathedral, stop in One New Change. This is probably where I got one of my favourite shots I've ever taken, and I'll show you it. This is probably the most overshot way of shooting St Paul's, so don't bother shooting St Paul's here. If you're going to take pictures of it, instead do a 180 degrees, go up the lift, and then all the way to the top. It's a bar up there, but you can go up there for free, and there's a perfect viewing platform to see St Paul's if you do want to shoot it. And then other than that, I'll show you the staircase, which is just behind me right here. So there's St Paul's. There's the lift just there. You just go all the way to the top, perfect viewing platform, and then just underneath it is a stairway. You can't really get a good angle of these stairs, although it's always lit nice from this angle. It's just a bit too close. But instead, if you were to go up the escalators here, you get a much better angle from up on the balcony up there. So that's the composition I'd get off this staircase. As you can see, got some plenty of angles of someone going down those stairs. Like I say, it's probably one of my favourite spots to take pictures around St Paul's. It's just unique and a unique perspective on it. And you can see you get people walking around, you can silhouette them quite nicely. And obviously, it just looks cool when you get a solo subject walking up and down it. So now you've done one new change. You could either go towards St Paul's and towards the Southbank, or up that way towards Barbican. Now if Barbican, it suits your thing, it's better in the sunlight, so we're going to head towards the Southbank, but Barbican's always a good shot to go to as well. So when you cross the Millennium Bridge from St Paul's, you can walk along the South Bank, but I recommend going into the Tate when it's open because tons of good shots in there. You get a famous staircase that every single street photographer has taken a picture of at least once. It looks like this. And then you've got also every other exhibit, the light, the shapes, everything in there. It's an art museum, isn't it? It's modern art. Nothing's worse than modern art. Just go in there, there's some fun pictures to be had. Trying to get one person because the purples mixed with the oranges look pretty good, but I don't know, we'll wait here for a bit and see what happens, I think. Didn't have to wait very long. So we've made it all the way to the other end of the South Bank. We're now going over that bridge to Embankment Station, up Embankment, and then around towards Covent Garden and Soho, and that's sort of where we end our daily walk. It's clearly nighttime now, but Soho's perfect for nighttime. So when we get there, we'll show you some of my favourite spots around Soho, and then call it a day. So this is Covent Garden, second to last stop really. We're going to head that way into Soho now, past Leicester Square through Piccadilly, Chinatown, etc. I'll show you a few of the best spots that you can go for, some of the lesser known ones as well, and obviously some of the overshot ones as well. So we'll go into Soho now, but this is Covent Garden. So walking through Covent Garden to Leicester Square, I always try and take a picture of that light tunnel, but I can never get anything. But be my guest, it's on the route. I suppose you can get something good. I just can never get it empty enough. So we're at Chinatown now, the busiest part of this photo walk really. I never usually get anything too crazy here because of just how busy it is. But if you ever get any of the fogged windows where it's so hot inside and so cold outside, it makes for some cool texture in the images. A few of the pictures that I've got involve the texture from either the outside seating areas with all the tarpaulin or just the frosted windows where it's so cold outside. So we'll take around here, then we'll go into Soho, see a few spots, and then that'll be it for our little walk. So the Curzon Theatre is our next little stop. It's a very popular street photography spot because people just seem to get reflections off of the cars that drive past, or if there's standstill traffic, they'll get reflections off of the cars reflecting the actual neon lights of the cinema. I just think it's cool. Looks pretty retro as a cinema as a whole. I've got some pretty cool shots here in the rain as well when it's all reflection-y and stuff like that. It's just a nice little stop, and it's right behind Chinatown. Very red, isn't it? Very red. It's like London's red light district down the street. I scared you. So just down the road from the Prince Edward Theatre, which is just down there, you got cheap meals, and then obviously a very overshot location, the adult video peep show thing. Because of the neon lights, I mean, everyone kind of shoots it. I've shot it a good few times, but it's a good one to go to. This street as a whole is a pretty good one to go to. The Prince Edward Theatre is always lit up in some wacky colours. As you can see, it's red at the minute because it's showing Michael Jackson the musical. So this street as a whole, pretty good for night photography with all the neon lights lighting things up and people dressed in wacky outfits like that in front of shops like that make for a good little shot and a little composition. So that's it. After you've done a few loops around Soho, your legs will be absolutely wrecked. I recommend finding sort of narrow alleyways. They always have some sort of neon going on and it's less busy than the main party areas, especially on a weekend. But that's it for this walk. If you've done the full route, I commend you. It's been a long one. It's a long walk, it's a full day. If you've done parts of it, let me know what parts are your favourite. And if you do more shooting in London and have different areas that you like to shoot, let me know what you think down below.